Howdy do, disc golf fans. Welcome back to the Back 9 Round 2 coverage of the 2025 PDGA Pro Master Worlds, sponsored by ZÜCA. Another PDGA major on the schedule, and a big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. As always, much love to all of you. I'm Derek, this is Chris, the gruesome twosome here on the mic, and this commentary is graciously weighed by Marshall Street Disc Golf.
Shout out Gateway as well, sponsoring this coverage. So we are at Kaposia Park. If you're not familiar with this course, this is a lot of people's favorite course in the area. Really good park style. And as you can see, very challenging. Have some bogeys across the board. Everyone took a blemish on that front nine.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared to play this course myself.
Yeah, I mean, as an MA2 player, I don't want to really play this course. I'd rather get some birdies out there. Joe Revere got some birdies. Brandon got some birdies. Schick got some birdies. See if our guys can get some birdies. Back nine, a little easier. Hole 10, par 4, 515. Dog leg left here. Kind of has a little bit of serpentine. Goes back to the right to finish. This is still part of the hard part of the course, by the way. It's not until we get to about
like
12.
Going with the roller again. Wow, look at that stoppage, ramping up the tree, nestling in. Actually a little hidden. We ended up having to look for it a little bit because it's, grass colored.
That's a decent shot there from Yasha.
Flip up.
That's a long distance for the birdie there. Cale might just be settling for a par now.
Ray going wide.
Needs to get down.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So the cliff near the edge of where Ray just landed, severe drop off. Definitely
pretty
cliff
insane.
status. So you want to stay away from that as best as you can.
Yeah, when I was walking down the fairway and I saw that, I was like, ooh, I wouldn't want to go down that.
No. Pretty much near impossible.
Wow.
Whoa, laser beam. That was sick.
Yasha, nice throw, dude.
See, that's the lead card talent we're looking for. So that might have gotten a little sneaky, staying close to the edge. It's hard to tell.
Well, that's a tricky angle there for Allen.
You saw how he kind of had more of a compact swing. That not a lot of swing space there. That's always a challenge.
Cale looking at an easy 4. Ray just a little. Yep, should be fine. He's got a 4.
Little chipper. That's so thick in those woods.
Yeah, I mean, Al's in circle 2.
Oh. Has an advance of maybe 3 feet. That's a real bummer.
So this is the second time he threw the roller, and it was a good roller, and then just near the green. It
Does not capitalize.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out for him. Man, Ray just got that solid golf, man. He just goes out there and gets his birdies and pars.
All right, that's what we like to see, Yasha. Another birdie on the board.
Yeah, it's nice to see him cheesing. He still has a chance to fight his way back down the even here.
All right, hole 11, par 4, 500 feet. Another tunnel shot going slightly uphill as we beat the crest here. You start turning to a dogleg left again.
The second half of this hole is one of the more picturesque, I would say. Basket just kind of tucked on there. The trees kind of overhang, creates like a cool ceiling.
Ooh, little early release there from Cale.
There's a cliff on this side too, by the way. Basically, this whole left side is a cliff.
Mm-hmm. That being on the edge, that's not bad. I don't think it actually went down there. Oh.
Good
Making
reflexes
the
there.
Marshall, I guess. Is that a Marshall?
Yeah. Oh.
Just making sure the Marshall's paying attention.
Oh, that almost hit the brick. Yeah, Yasha's going to give away that birdie pretty quick here. Oh, Cale. What a shot, dude.
Yeah, that hyzer angle made more sense than what we saw earlier. I guess.
Oh. Whoa.
I think it does stay.
Al going so far, he probably has to go forehand here. Yep. Oh, keep pushing. Okay.
Fights through a lot.
Yeah. Should have a par.
That was a good approach from Yasha.
Yeah, Rafe stayed out. He's got a little bit of distance. He's been pretty good from inside the circle so far.
What a stab from Al. Banding off. All right, we got one from downtown.
Great birdie there from Cale. This was the 8th most difficult hole, so middle of the pack. Came in just around par as well. And about a quarter of the field taking birdie, so our card is an example of that. Good par from Ray, keeping his head above water at 1 under. All right, finally you can see the sun, breathe some fresh air. Hole 12. Pretty short, only 207 feet. Kind of feels like a must get at this point. It's just a righty hyzer from these guys.
Yeah, even slightly uphill, it's probably only playing like 225 or so.
Cale doesn't even need to putt. Won't even break a sweat here. He can grab his water on 13.
You had made a comment on what disc he threw there too, right? Was that was this the hole I'm remembering?
Oh, that was Al, but yeah.
Al. Some of the new Climo discs.
Yeah, right here. This red disc is a Climo disc. I don't know which one exactly.
The Osprey.
The Osprey, yeah. So it's cool to see out there supporting supporting OGs.
He got that disc this week.
Really?
It's brand new. He threw someone else's and said, "I like it. I'm going to have to get one," and is competing with it days later, throwing dimes.
Guys, play your golf more like Al.
I know. I want to see more golf like that. I think earlier in the coverage, you even hear him say, "I love new Frisbees."
Bro, we need a long-haired don't care card where it's him, Michael Joe, Conrad, and just maybe that's it. If you have long locks, you don't care. Like, you're just there to have fun.
That's how it should be. Truly. At the end of the day, we're throwing circles in woods, you know.
Welcome to the Pdga Masters Disc Golf World Championships from beautiful Flagstaff.
Somehow I just never satisfied with my work, or practice hard enough. I always have questions with myself, so I'm just gonna throw and hope for the best.
Another easy birdie for Owen Scoggins.
You're now a 3-time world champion in Flagstaff, Owen Scoggins.
All right, hole 13, par 3, 330. Bunch of threes, slightly downhill. Overall, pretty easy. Not really a lot to fight. Keep a low nose angle. Don't overpower it because it's downhill. Cale, unfortunately, hitting something a little early, cutting out some of the distance, but Al has no problem.
Throws the putter right to the bullseye.
If that stays its line, it's going to miss that tree and then start hooking up now.
Oh, that was
Little
chain
juiced.
high. I like it, though. I'm here for the aces.
I know, we need an ace this week, fellas.
I know last year, all the majors, we had aces. Feels like every event. Little short arm there. Not a great reaction.
At least it curled back towards the basket.
Yeah, little tester for the pars. Cale's not going to get his birdie.
Oh, man.
Man, Ray has been all over this basket.
Solid putt. Heating up.
Yeah.
So nonchalant, too.
Yeah, pretty cool. Just want to have a barbecue with these guys.
It is a different vibe hanging with the Masters players than on the Pro Tour, that's for sure. I think you get a little bit more sense of like history as well, because a lot of these guys like know firsthand some of those early movers and shakers of the sport. So you get to hear a lot of fun stories.
All right, after probably, excuse me, well, I got to catch my breath after that walk. Walk down 1,000,000 steps down this crazy cliff. End up at 14 right here near
A very
bike trail.
active
Yeah,
path.
very active bike trail. But that's what you get with park style golf. There's always one hole where there's going to be someone running by or on a bike.
Actually, it was really funny. We stopped and waited after half the card had teed off. And as the person on the bike rode by, they screamed Leroy Jenkins.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a deep cut right there. In the comments, you better drop a Leroy Jenkins if you know that. If not, what have you been doing with your life since the 2000s?
Al with the turkey, though.
I think that's our first turkey of the round.
I think
dude.
you're right.
This is kind of expected. 12, 13, 14, all pretty easy holes, all playing under par. Dang, no star frame yet, though.
All right, here on the 15th, fighting your way uphill with a par 3 at 680. Really tight. Actually, I misspoke. This is the par 5 at 680. So you fight uphill, very tight. Once you get outside, you start working your way to the right as it kind of fish hooks around. So really, name of the game is just kind of get right on top of that ledge there. Man, could you imagine if this was a par 3?
Yeah, that's all me. I'm over here like, man, I need to fix those graphics. You guys aren't going to see it as a par 3, but we did. Yeah, this is a tough hole.
That's what happens when we're doing next day, folks. So apologies, but it's just Chris and I doing these things. So working day and night to bring you the action.
I mean, you definitely want to be well outside of these woods on your second.
For sure. There's like a mound that's kind of like that mound right there. If you just pass that, you're in good shape.
Yeah, you can get a birdie from there. This is Ray's third, I believe.
And comes up a little short, too.
So he could save his par. Cale just throwing one right into that hillside. Yeah, that should be okay.
It's a couple feet into the woods. This looks very good.
Buttery turnover. Look at
Oh,
that.
slow down. Okay. From that angle, you could definitely kind of skid down that hillside into the woods.
And the parking lot is not OB here, so...
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so the hole isn't as hard.
Oh, yeah,
as
that
it
takes
could
the
be.
teeth out much more than I thought. All right, little touchy shot there.
Yasha's got a line. I'm surprised by this one playing as hard as it did. As Allen filling out his scorecard with the green. Cale's casually at 7 under.
Turning that oven back on.
Yeah.
Hole 18 at Worlds, down by 1. It's gotta go in.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
All right, hole 16, 262-foot par 3. Blind. I haven't mentioned, almost this entire course is blind from the tee. Like, you don't see anything. This one, right to left, was aced by Holly Finley in the FP40 division.
Little elevator action there. It looks like it's stalled out. Not really getting much more of the turn.
Yeah, it's the second time that's happened to Allen.
Ooh, that's risky. Oh, man.
Yeah, those ones are tough. When you think you're on the left side and it rolls all the way into the woods.
Well, for something that requires such a hard spiking hyzer shot, and then with the slope of the green the way that it is, like, you're really not set up for success with that type of shot.
Ray trying to bounce back. Digs it right in. I think he's gonna.
And so I'm wondering if maybe there's merit to going higher to come in at more velocity so it's more of a chance to, like, stick on that edge. I'm wondering if in drier conditions, does it play that much harder? Not sure.
Yeah, it's a tough one for Cale. He's not happy with that. That was a chance for the turkey.
I also think Al is kind of a madman for bringing his cart to the back nine.
Oh my God!
'Cause-
Did you get to see him carry it down the steps?
Yeah. He throws the bag on his back and then carries the cart up and down the steps.
I respect it, man. You gotta get your steps in. You gotta get your strength up.
All right, on the 17th, 496. Kind of higher tee area. OB all along that right side. And then pretty severe sloping green from right to left.
Yeah, I like this hole. Pretty easy overall,
October we got our 18.
but it looks good. It's a good way to kind of end the round, I think. I mean, because this course already like beat you up so bad.
Yeah.
So it's like at this point you start to see some of the sun.
So I have a question for the audience, and it's, what are you more partial to? Do you think that you should end your round on the harder holes? Or do you think that the last few holes should be kind of like you walk it in at that point? Because I'm curious to see kind of where everyone lies there. I personally like that if your last hole is like a par 3. If you end on a par 3, that's more of my speed. Especially if the course has beaten the crap out of you up until then.
Yeah, I think the course needs to beat you up to the end. I think at Iron Hill, I think 17 and 18 are some of the harder holes on the course.
So we're already at a split here in the booth.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think in the comments. A little too
Chain
hot.
high, past the basket. Yasha grabbing some birdies here at the end. That's good to see. Scorecards are getting a little lighter. Not the big weight of all these bogeys. Cale had another birdie. Whoa.
Man.
Whoa. I didn't even know that happened. That is tough.
And then missing right again. So he's putting 3 times in a row.
Man.
Yeah. I think he's over this round.
Yeah. Lefty getting the 600 for the round. All right, hole 18, final hole here on par. Geez, this round. Par 3, hole 18, 400 feet. I can't talk here. I am done, folks. You know, in like football, when you see the players already running before they catch the ball, that was me right there.
I feel like Ray felt the same way with that throw, too. I just undercommitted on the turnover.
I think everyone did. This was a weird part in the course. No one's disc was flying the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, I actually had talked to Cale on the walk up of what I thought might have happened is that there's that wall of trees all along that right side, or on that left side, that kind of blocks things. Whereas if you throw a little higher, there might be more of a crosswind than you can feel or see. Because if you looked at the very high parts of the trees, they were moving. So I just think it was just like, you know, if only we could see wind, right? Like,
That would be wild, wouldn't it? I want to give a shout out on hole 17. Billy Lund had the only eagle on the day.
wow.
So he must have threw it way down there. Billy, if you're watching, let us know the distance on that throw in. Or if you parked it. I don't know. Like straight up. And this is probably a good time to say all the birdies on hole 18. We only saw 4 the entire day. Shout out Tony Hoffer. Billy again. Wow.
What a way to end it.
Yeah. Scott Bertard and our boy Chris Villa
Nice.
grabbing the birdie on 18.
Go Birds.
Oh, can finally breathe. Round's over.
Yeah, I was going to say they all should be gimmies from here.
A par frame to finish it out. Derek, this was our first time filming at Kaposia. This is the first time seeing competition at Kaposia. Boy, this course is brutal. Cale, bogey free on that back nine.
Yeah, what so great to see.
Really just Ray having a par day, hanging out.
We got two newcomers for the coverage here for our third round. Brandon Cawthorn and Brad Schick.
Mr. Joe Revere sneaking his way up there as well.
Yeah.
We have a tasty one here, round 3, moving day. It's going to be at Kaposia. Shout out Gateway sponsoring this coverage, and all of our Patreon supporters. Head over to Patreon if you want to support this coverage. We'll see you again, round 3, Kaposia.
Later, folks.